Alright everyone, welcome back to Call of Duty. Now in this video I was grinding my P90 and KAR98 in hardcore because I wanted to level them up. I went into hardcore because I just got frustrated with all the hit markers with the car in regular core. Obviously the car was lower level when I was first like using it. I think I went up to like level 20 something, like 20 or 21 in core, and then I just got frustrated with all the hit markers, so I went into hardcore, and it's been way easier. It's my car's now max level after only a couple days in hardcore. I think like 2 days or 1.5 days in hardcore. And it's just way easier to grind the car in this or any kind of not amazing weapon basically. And so I went into hardcore for that reason. Okay, so this guy's coming on my right side right here, and I hear his footsteps, but I think he's on the bottom. So I go to shoot my car, and he pops up right there, and I shot him right in the bows. Because I thought he was on the bottom, but he was actually on the rooftop with me, coming in through that doorway. But yeah, I'm grinding a lot of weapons right now because they announced on the They announced that in the next update they're going to add classes. Finally, it's about time. Every other Call of Duty gives you 10 classes. This one gave you 5, which is frustrating because I like a lot more than just 5 weapons, and I want to use a lot more than just 5 weapons, like often. And when you only have 5 classes, you kind of restrict yourself to like what are the best weapons that like you like the most, and you want to just use those, because I don't like going into classes and having to like change it around like right before a match to a different weapon. I like having my set classes and knowing, okay, I'll do this class for this match. I feel like doing this one. And there's a lot of guns that I would like to have classes for, like the P90, like the KAR, like the AUG, like the AK, the SCAR, maybe the FAL, the carbine. All of those I would like to have classes for probably, but I can't because I know that okay, the SCAR is not that great. And if I'm gonna have a class for it, I'm not gonna waste one of my 5 classes for the SCAR. Same thing with the AK. The AK is okay, it does good damage, but the recoil is kind of crazy on it, and I just feel like, again, same thing. I'm not gonna use one of my 5 classes for that when I can use it. The Kilo, for example, is like for me next to the M4, which is obviously super broken, and I don't like using it. The Kilo to me is the other best AR, at least at this point. And so that's the one that I have the other class for, because there's not enough classes. But I would definitely have more weapons and more classes when I obviously have the ability to, and it's about time that they're adding it. So I'm grinding a bunch of weapons right now. My P90 and my KAR. My P90 right now has a sight on it, but I ended up taking it off because I really like the iron sight on it anyway, and I wanted to add more damage instead of using the sight, which I think is best. I'm also using the MVG, as you noticed, the MVG enhanced sight on my KAR, because I do run a smokes. I don't like over abuse it. I don't throw it every time, like as you can see, and just use the smoke every time. But I'll do it in certain situations, like if I look down this line of sight right here and I see somebody on that window and they're already looking at me, and I can get behind a wall before they kill me, I'll smoke the door and then look back out and try to snipe them, because they won't usually, like 90% of the time, they won't have a thermal scope, and I'll be able to get them before they snipe me in the face. I tried the regular thermal with this one, like just the pure regular thermal one. It's good, but the problem is there's certain maps, like on Shoot House, for example, is the one that I noticed it. It's so bright that you can't really see well in the thermal, and so it's kind of difficult to use the thermal in that map. Like just purely use the thermal. So what I ended up doing, which is something that I recommend you try, is using the hybrid. I hear somebody behind me. This is why I turned around looking that way, because I can hear the footsteps. I use the thermal hybrid that can flip between a red dot and thermal sight. So when I want to do this and smoke and look through the smoke, I can. But when I want to also just use my thermal sight because it's really bright, I can also do that. This guy just ran away or got killed when I threw the thermal. I mean, when I threw the smoke. So yeah, I recommend, if you're doing the sniping, like grinding the snipers or the marksman rifles, definitely go into hardcore or some of the like not great weapons. I missed that guy. I was in the shop, but I killed this guy. I recommend going into hardcore because it's just easier. It's not as sweaty. It can be sweaty. You'll have sometimes people will pop in here with M4s, gold M4s and gold 725s. It's like, bro, what do you do? You don't even need, even if it's not gold. I grinded those weapons. If you watch my videos, you know that I've grinded those weapons gold, but I did it in core because they're so good. You don't need to go to hardcore for them. This guy was gonna throw a nade at me, and I killed him before he could throw it. You don't need to go to hardcore for those because they're good. They're such good weapons that you can do them easily in core. Same thing with the PKM, which is what I did. I grinded in core as well, and the MP5. The only time I ever came into hardcore was for the MP5 to get long shots because I was struggling getting long shots in regular core because you need to hit a lot of shots with the MP5 for long distance to get long shots. So I went into hardcore for a handful of matches, got all my long shots, and immediately came back out of it because you don't need to be in hardcore with those weapons. Like, it's unnecessary. Those weapons are good enough that you don't need to. I can hear footsteps, but I don't know where they are right now, so I'm kind of like looking around trying to figure out where these footsteps are trying to listen. And if you want to snipe, it's even hardcore is even better as well because there's no kill cam, so you can sit. Like if you're sitting somewhere sniping people, you can see like a lot of the map and you're getting snipes. Unless they can like unless they directly look at you and can see where you are, like directly look at you. If you shoot somebody in the back or in the sides they're running, they'll have no idea where they get sniped from. So you can kind of sit there and they won't really realize where you are. So it kind of helps you grind those snipe kills without having people push you constantly over and over and over again. I'm putting it where I see those two guys at the bottom because I feel like that's where they're running out. Because very few people have been running on this side; they're mostly on the other side. Here I switched to my P90 because I missed my freaking car shot and I had to reload. If I didn't have to reload my car there, I probably would have just kept trying to shoot him with it. But it was on a reload and it takes a while, so I just switched to my P90. But yeah, like this is like the newfound like thing that I decided to try it with the car just for a little bit because the hit markers were too crazy like in regular. And so I switched to the to hardcore, and it's I mean I heard this guy coming on the left. It's way better. This guy I didn't hear because he had dead silence. And he came from behind and killed me. Maybe he's doing work right now. But yeah, I'm just glad they're adding more classes because I want to be able to use more guns, and it kind of restricts you when you only have 5 classes on what guns you're able to use. So I can hear footsteps right here, so I know this guy's up here somewhere, but I don't know where. So I come around the corner really quietly. I'm ADSing so he can't hear me. Because when you ADS, your footsteps are muffled, so he won't be able to hear me that well. I see the right door is closed and the left one's open, so I thought he was on the right side of the room, but he's not. So I think, okay, maybe he's on the left roof. He's not there either. So I'm like, okay, he's on the right side on the roof, and he doesn't want to get shot in the back. That's why the door's closed. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna open the door, but I'm not gonna be visible to him. I'm gonna purposely go away from the door and just be like in the corner. He was mid reload. I hear him run away, and here I realize he's gonna come on the left door and try to get behind me. He does, and I killed him. And then this guy just happened to get unlucky and pop around that corner right when I ADS. But yeah, I'm not the best at like quick scoping and stuff like that. So when I grind like marksman rifles, and I'm not terrible, but I'm not the best. So when I'm using like marksman rifles and sniper rifles, I tend to more like I tend to sit and like just try to like look at. I don't like sit in the back corner of the map and just hope for like one guy to run across a doorway or anything like that. But I try to sit where I can see the most of the map, even if it's a little exposed. I still try to sit where I can see the most of the map, so I can get the most kills possible doing that. I basically circled that there's somebody behind me over here. I can hear the footsteps, and then he walked into my claymore and died. I didn't know the other guy was there because he had dead silence. I think he just kind of used his teammate as bait to destroy the claymore, because that guy I think died to my claymore before that, and he knew it was there. And now somebody else that claymore is super effective because no one expects it. I don't know why they keep coming in here thinking they can avoid the claymore and they keep dying to it. But most of the time, most of the time no one expects it, and also no one expects that I can keep having a claymore there because they think, okay, that's one. He has 2 claymores. That's it. There's no more claymores. But I have restock, and in hardcore, it restocks really fast. See, I already have another one, so I can keep replacing that claymore pretty freaking consistently before somebody can get back. I get it. I almost shot my teammate, not gonna lie. I've gotten killed by teammates many times in hardcore. It happens. That person got killed and I didn't know from where. At first I thought it was from this side. Then I'm like, okay, maybe he's on this side, but I could never figure it out. I heard footsteps there, by the way. So I heard footsteps below me there. I'm thinking he's coming behind me. He's on top and kills me. Yeah, that happened. I just got dookie on. It happens. But yeah, these guns that I'm using aren't the best. I mean, the car for me is the best. Marksman rifle. I hit marker this guy 3 times and then died to the freaking Molotov. That triggered me a little bit, not gonna lie. The cars to me is the best marksman rifle. I like it better than the carbine, the MK2 carbine. But these guns aren't the best. Like the P90 is not the best SMG. It's probably second. I would say maybe the AUG. You could say the AUG. It depends preference, I guess, or the MP7 maybe. I think okay. So I think it's third. I think behind the MP7 and the MP5 obviously. And these are the kind of weapons I peek here because I want to see if there's somebody on that wall. Because a lot of times they mount on that wall and they can't actually turn all the way left to see that door. So if you peek out that door like that, you can get an easy kill there. If they're on that wall. But yeah, I would definitely, if you're gonna grind weapons like that, I would recommend doing it in hardcore because it's way easier. Like the burst. Thanks for the shout out, appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.